And now to Ekiti State, where Governor Kayode Fayemi has signed the mental health bill into law. The bill will provide enabling environments to care for persons with mental health as it guarantees their rights and protection. Correspondent Ayomide Ajayegbe reports.
Nigeria currently faces a global human rights emergency in mental health, underpinned by poor societal attitude towards mental illness and inadequate resources, facilities and mental health staff. Figures suggest that approximately 80% of individuals with serious mental health needs in Nigeria cannot access care.
Without a legal and policy framework for any of the initiatives that we want to drive in the state, it will be extremely difficult. As chair of the Gender-Based Violence Monitoring Committee, you are fully aware of the interconnection between mental health and gender-based violence. And this is the main reason why I have been a strong advocate for a mental health bill.
This act provides the legal framework for handling critical issues such as the protection and promotion of rights in other critical areas such as education, the improvement of access to care, the protection of civil rights and the hospitalization of persons with mental disorders.
Its core objectives are to establish purpose-built mental health facilities and medical social work departments and units in selected secondary and tertiary medical facilities in our state, to guarantee the protection of persons suffering from mental disorder or illness and substance abuse in the state.
In another event, the governor has sworn in the 5th substantive chief judge in the state. Until his appointment, Justice John Adeyeye was the acting chief judge of the state. The governor says the occasion is an opportunity to reappraise the state judicial system and call on the new chief judge to strengthen the criminal justice system while ensuring qualified young lawyers under the age of 40.
I have directed the Honorable Attorney General to meet with my Lord the Chief Judge with a view to considering the desirability of convening a justice, crime prevention and security cluster. This will comprise, among others, the judiciary, the Ministry of Justice, correctional services, the police, the civil defense, and our own Amotekun. The purpose of the cluster will essentially be to reduce crime by improving the efficiency of our criminal justice system.
Present at the ceremony are some top members of the bar and bench on the state, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, and some members of the executive. Ayomide Ajayegbe, TVC News, Ekiti.
And joining me now to speak more about mental health and its implications is a medical doctor, Clinics Healthcare, Dr. Oluwaseun Akindasha. Good to have you join us.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So let's look at some of the issues around mental health, because sometimes it gets complicated before we realize that, oh, someone is having mental health related issues. So talk to us about some of the issues that can lead to mental health issues, like the underlying factors that lead to mental health related issues.
Okay, thank you very much for having me. Quite a number of factors can lead to having mental illnesses. One is genetics. It can run in families. Another thing is childhood trauma, child abuse, and a host of childhood illnesses could also present with mental illnesses in the future. Substance abuse, which is even found to be the commonest cause of mental illness in Nigeria. Substance abuse can predispose to mental illnesses. And we could also have bereavement, loss of a loved one. You could have sudden loss of job or severe financial constraints. All these could predispose to mental illnesses in different people. And for women, you could have post-delivery postpartum, as postpartum depression could also set in. So those are the commonest causes of mental illnesses. Then in some people with severe chronic illnesses, somebody with chronic kidney failure, for instance, they could become depressed later as a result of the illnesses they're experiencing. All that could present and lead to mental illnesses. Thank you.
And what should you see? What are the signs to watch out for? Because sometimes, we react to things we have built a mechanism on how we react to things, and sometimes we just think, oh, that's a normal way to react.
I agree.
So what is a trigger? What should one see to make you realize, look, I think that there is a problem here, I should speak to someone?
Okay, so mental illnesses could be mild. In mild cases, the person may not even know that he or she is having a mental illness. But in the moderate and severe cases, you have things like sudden withdrawal from activities that you previously enjoy. You could have severe mood swings. There could also be severe loss of appetite, in which the person finds it difficult to eat well. And then you could have exaggerated response to stress. For instance, you just say, how are you? And the person responds with a whole lot of aggressive symptoms. So all this could make you suspect mental illnesses. Then when you find the person that finds it very hard to enjoy normal physical activities, stays home indoors so many times instead of going outdoors and, maintaining normal lifestyle, all that can make you suspect mental illnesses. And it's very important for us to be on the lookout for members of our community, our friends, and even colleagues. If you detect the symptoms, try to reach out one way or the other.
I was just going to say that because sometimes people don't own up that they have issues. So I was going to ask you, at what point one should also step in, because we're in a world where pretty much everyone says mind your business, but we can't mind our business until people commit suicide, until people become really depressed. So at what point should one step in to say, look, I think you need help?
All right. So when you discover that they are no longer productive at work, take for instance colleagues, you discover they are no longer productive at work. For family members, you discover that they find it very, very difficult to go out of the house at that point. Or when you discover that they can't even take good care of themselves, they find it hard to comb their hair, look in a decent manner, you should speak to them, engage them. By engaging them, most people just need someone to talk to, and they'll just say, that I've been feeling low, I've been feeling all those blues all this while. So try to engage them. Once you discover that, it's as if something is going on, you refer them to a specialist, just ask them to speak with someone. And there's a lot of stigma attached to mental illnesses. Mental illness can occur to anyone. So just the first thing to let the person know is, I understand how you feel. It can occur to anyone. Just let me know how you're feeling. Then you can refer them to a psychiatrist or a psychologist for proper care.
I think that we've all had mental health related issues. I mean, if you scream at someone just for no reason, you're sort of having a mental health breakdown. So somehow we've all had one phase or the other. It's nothing to be ashamed about. Thank you for talking to us. Medical Doctor, Clinics Healthcare, Dr. Oluwaseun Akindasha.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, TV.